Alright, so right now I'm going to show you my process for building apps on the Pinephone. Not necessarily any actual code, but kind of how I do it. And yeah, this is for people who have gotten the Pinephone and want to know how to develop on it and need kind of a quick start guide. So basically, I have all my code here. You can see it. I have quite a few files. Now, I'm probably not writing to every single one of these files every single time I want to make a change. I'm not making a change across 8 different files. I'm probably making it in one file and then going to test and make sure that I didn't break anything. So in this file, for example, if I wanted to remove caching, let's see if I can find that. If I can't, we'll just have to pretend. Yeah, here we go, caching. If I decide that I do not want caching, I'll just get rid of this entire thing. And let's see, yes. I'll just remove that, and that should have gotten rid of the caching. Alright, so now I want to build my application without that, and that works fine. I'll build it right here on my laptop. Okay, now I can run it. It seems to be working. Well, not really. There's some issues, but there it is. I think this is an issue with caching. If I just add another one, I'll go TED Talks. And I click on this. Yeah, okay. Basically, cache files are already existing. But see, this is running okay on my laptop. And I say, okay, now I need to test it out on the phone. But how do I do that? Well, one thing I could do is git push or git commit to my repository, and then I can git push, and then on the Pinephone, this is an SSH to the phone, I could go git pull. But that has some issues. For one, you're pushing a lot of random stuff to your Git with random messages. It's not necessarily a wonderful thing. You might be pushing broken builds or broken code, which might be fine in a dev channel, but would still be annoying. Or you could simply scp the file, scp main.cpp to mobian at mobian.local. Now, the mobian.local thing is from a service called Avahi. I can't remember exactly how it works or what it does, but basically it allows you to not use an IP address. You don't have to set a static one, you can just use a name. It's fantastic for lots of things. So now I can just do mobian.local/home/mobian/test. I can do that, type in my password, and it transfers the file. And now over here, I can go into that folder. You can see all of the files there. I can go /compile.sh, and it'll start compiling it. Now, this is going to take a while since it's the Pinephone, which is one of the reasons that you might want to work directly off of your laptop instead of convergence, using the convergence on the Pinephone. It's just going to be slow. There we go. And now I can run it. It'll show up on the screen of the Pinephone. I can click on stuff and test it, see what it's doing. Is it working? Yeah, to some degree. Okay, now I can quit it. It all shows up on my screen here. I can look at it. I can scroll it. I can copy, whatever. I can make changes, SCP it again, compile it again, and see if it works. It's a very simple workflow. Like I said, you're going to want this. You're going to want to install the Avahi on the phone because it just makes it so easy. For example, if I want to SSH into the Pinephone, I can simply do SSH Mobian. If I could type Mobian dot Mobian at Mobian dot local, I can type in my password and I'm SH'd in. I don't have to figure out what the IP address is or set up a static IP address. It just works. That was my tutorial on basic workflow for the Pinephone.